Hey everyone, we're at Horsetooth Park in the lovely Fort Collins, Colorado. Sitting about 6,000 feet in elevation right now. Got about another 600 feet to climb. But I thought while we were out and about, we could talk about a little bit of Trailside First Aid when you're out and about mountain biking. Okay, hopefully you can see me okay. Still at Horsetooth, Trailside First Aid. So the first thing we want to think about is taking care of yourself. As athletic trainers, sometimes we forget to do that. So first things first, SPF. Protect yourself from that sun, especially if you're going to be up in the mountains 6,000 feet closer to the sun than, say, in the lowly valleys of Wisconsin and Missouri. So, SPF. Second, water. Camelback, it's full of about 1.5 liters of water. I'm only going to be out here about 2 hours, but you never can be too safe. Food. Make sure you're consuming calories to keep up your energy, to keep fueling what you're doing out here. Helmet, pads, all that good stuff. So, probably our most common mountain biking injury, abrasions, lacerations from crashing. I used to say that if you didn't come home bloody, you weren't trying hard enough. So in my Camelback, I keep a few things. I don't keep a whole lot because typically you're gonna have one rider that crashes really hard that day, and whether you're with a group or covering an event or by yourself, typically a small stash is gonna get you through. So typical first aid stuff in here, we've got gloves, gauze, non-adherent pads. I've got some antiseptic towelettes, band-aids, steri strips, and other assorted band-aids, non-adherent pads, sterile gauze, those types of things. To clean the wound, typically you've got a water bottle with you, or you've got your water from your Camelback to make sure it's clean water and it doesn't have any electrolyte mix in it, to be able to rinse the debris from the wound. And then after you pack it with either the gauze, the band-aid, the non-adherent pad, Powerflex, it's my favorite. It goes on quick, it stays put to keep everything. I also carry some shears just in case we've got to get through some clothing or anything of that nature. Second most common is going to be a fracture. Wrist fractures from falling and trying to catch yourself. Never foosh, you know better. And clavicular, clavicle fractures. Those are going to be your two most common fractures while mountain biking, coming from crashes and falls. Third is going to be ankle fractures, and then once we start getting into that Red Bull Rampage stuff, then we're getting a pretty bit more serious than that. So, for your clavicle fracture, cool thing that most mountain bikers have in their pack, spare tube. So these guys, they're nice long rubber pieces that you can strap around, makeshift a nice sling out of a spare tube. So find it in your Camelback or fanny pack. Fanny packs are actually getting very big in the world of mountain biking these days, so ATs, we're not as nerdy as you think. Wrist fractures. So the cool thing about wrist, or maybe even an ankle fracture, is this little guy called tire lever. So these guys, these tire levers, are nice, sturdy plastic. So what we can do with these, get a little bit closer here, take it, strap it on the wrist, wrap around with your Powerflex, and now you've got a sweet little wrist splint. We could do the same for the ankle if you really needed that extra support. And also, in my neat little Mary Poppins bag here, the ever-prevalent ace bandage. So a little bit of Trailside First Aid for you. As you can see, you can pack a little and make a huge impact and be ready for most of the things that you're going to encounter out here on the trail. So I'm going to get back to riding, and I guess we'll get back to talking in class here in just a sec.